Okay, this is kind of wild. I definitely was not expecting it to come out this soon. Welcome to Snapshot 24W40A, and this is the snapshot that adds the Pale Garden and the Creaking. These are the new mobs that Mojang literally just announced this past weekend, and they're already in the game. These features are kind of phenomenal. I'm very excited about them, so let's dig in. Like I just said, this is the Pale Garden, and this is actually apparently a biome variation of the Dark Oak Forest. So if I look over here, yep, that's right. There's a Dark Oak Forest right here. So that's why the trees look like this, is because it literally is a dark oak forest. These trees are called pale oak trees, and they give you the pale oak wood set. And I gotta say, this block right here might be my new favorite building block. I'm not sure. This is pretty awesome though. You'll also see the leaves, of course, pale oak leaves, and the hanging moss, which is kind of a nice touch. Plus, all along the ground, you'll find the pale moss and pale moss carpet. The pale moss carpet's actually really cool because it's got this neat little like 2-block effect on top of it, like a little double tall grass thing. It's got 2 different stages, the lower stage and the higher stage like this, so you can actually like bone meal this, and that will give you the 2 stage. That's pretty cool. It's just like the grass and getting tall grass. Naturally, you can also bone meal the moss, and it works just like regular moss and kind of spreads by itself. Pretty neat, pretty simple. But as you can also see, all of the pale oak stuff is here. The sapling looks awesome. There's pale oak boats. A white boat looks awesome. Look at that. That's bright. Something else a lot of people really liked was the doors, and I gotta say, that is one of my favorite doors now. It reminds me lightly of the spruce door. I don't know why, but I think it might be these little bands on the top. I think it's kind of nice. It also doesn't have a window, which means it's one of the few doors that doesn't have like windows and you can't see through it, which I think people kind of like. Trapdoor is also quite nice, quite simple, but very nice, very effective. Looks good. Overall, really nice block palette. You'll also kind of notice that it does have a little bit of a pink sort of hue to it, which is not something that I expected, but something I do really like. It almost feels like it was made to be paired with cherry, which I kind of love. Look at that. That fits super well. Don't mind me just doing a little building here. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. This does also mean we have white picket fences now, which people have been wanting for ages, and now we've got them, and they look pretty solid overall. I kind of love this. I love the look of these. They look really good. Big fan. But this isn't the real reason you're coming into the Pale Garden, right? You're not just here for the wood type, you're also here for the experience. And I gotta say, the vibe of the Pale Garden is one of the most unique that I've seen in this game. If you listen super carefully, every once in a while you'll hear some ambience. There's a little bit there. Little creaking noises. It's kind of cool. But this was actually something that I found really interesting in the patch notes. Before we touch on the mob and everything else, the ambience is actually something that's changed. If you read the patch notes, you can see a new system for Pale Garden ambient sounds. Ambient sounds in the Pale Garden biome do not come from the biome settings, but are generated by blocks found in the biome. That means that pale moss that's attached to pale oak logs and pale oak leaves, like pretty much any of this stuff here, emits a sound. That's kind of crazy. Also, the creaking heart does also emit sounds, so that combination means that it's actually coming from places within the biome, which I kind of love. I love locational sound stuff, and I'm a big sound design nerd, so this is a huge win. I love this change. And that's all cool and all, but the real fun starts at nighttime. It is so dark. I'm playing on default brightness right now, and this is just immensely terrifying. And I thought the Dark Oak Forest was scary, but this is next level. So what we're looking for in here is obviously the creaking, and the creaking spawns because of the creaking hearts that spawn naturally in the trees. If we can find a creaking, then we'll be able to find a creaking heart, but I don't see any creakings. Are they called creakings? Is the plural of creaking creakings or just creaking? You know, what's the plural of creaking? I don't know. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where are the creaky boys? The creaky dudes. I keep hearing ambient sounds, and it's kind of terrifying me. So, oh, is that one? Spyglass. Look at that dude. Look at that dude go. Look how slow he is when he doesn't know that I'm watching him. Ooh. That was a weird sound. What was that? There's an Enderman over there. Dude, this is so spooky. This is so spooky. Okay, all right, zombie. Get out of here. This isn't about you. This isn't about you, zombie. Oh, there it is. There he is. There he is. He sees me now. So now he's just gonna stay completely still when I'm watching him. Oh, no. Oh. See, that's dangerous. See, now, like, as I'm watching him here, other mobs might come up behind me and attack me. That's not good at all. Hey, buddy. How are you doing? Naturally, as we saw in Minecraft Live, if you attack him, it doesn't actually damage him. It shows you where the creaking heart is. Each creaking is tied to one creaking heart, and the only way to defeat the creaking is by getting that creaking heart. Okay, so his is up in this tree, I think. Let me see. Let's see exactly where it is here. Okay, all right, buddy. Okay, all right, it's in this tree. Okay, you are, this is much more difficult than I thought it would be, actually. Okay, all right, let's just chill out here. I've also got Silk Touch on my axe, just so we can use that to our advantage later. There it is, there's the creaking heart. Oh, no! Oh! I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so here's the creaking heart. Let me just run up here real quick, take this out. Boom, and the creaking is defeated. It doesn't drop anything, which is a little disappointing, but that does mean that you can get the creaking heart with Silk Touch. Curious also if I can find another one. Here's another one. I'll also show you that if I set this time to day, 3, 2, 1, boop. Poof, he disappears. The creaking hearts disable themselves during the day. So you want to get rid of the creakings? Just sleep. I do want to set it back to midnight though. Because if I give myself a carved pumpkin here and I put that on my head, this now doesn't, me looking at the creaking doesn't stop it from running after me anymore. So carved pumpkin can be useful for Enderman, but it's kind of terrifying when it comes to the creaking. Oh gosh. I see you. Where's your heart? It's over there. Oh, wow. Oh, I just realized this guy spawned way over here. And the creaking heart is in that tree? That's crazy. So they have a huge radius of spawning. All right, let me go take this one out. Excuse me, pal. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I'm doing. It's not important. Oh, not important. Yeah, I see you. I see you. There it is. Wow, first try. Oh, give me that. Yeah, zombie. The boring mob, the old mob, the mob that's not new, the non-fancy cool mob that doesn't do anything special anymore. I wonder if Mojang will ever update zombies, you know? I wonder if they'll give them like any special properties or anything. But also maybe the simplicity is good. Maybe we don't do that. Something I'm a little bit curious about too is, can you name tag them? You sure can. Whoa. Okay, I can see how these guys could sneak up on you. That was crazy. Anyways, subscribe to Knarfy too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, these are right next to each other. These guys are so spooky. Anyways, now that I have these creaking hearts, this is where things can get a little bit more interesting, because you can actually use the creaking hearts to spawn creaking or creakings. Creaking? Still don't know what the plural of that is. Let's say I've got some pale oak and I've got a creaking heart. And I've got more pale oak, right? This will light up the creaking heart, and that's pretty cool. But you know what else is cool is that you can also put the creaking heart on its side, which I didn't realize was a thing. Both of these creaking hearts are now activated, and if we set it to midnight, both of them will spawn creakings. There's one, and where's the other one? I don't know where the other one went. Oh. It's so spooky. I don't know where the other guy went. Okay, bro. Okay, chill out. Which one are you tied to? You're tied to the sideways one. Cool. You'll also notice that if I don't have this surrounded anymore, these still stay lit. Now that the creaking is spawned, they'll stay lit up. But if I set it to noon again, that guy goes away and these guys will deactivate. And then these won't reactivate unless I have the blocks on both sides. So that makes sense. That's cool. It's almost like Warden-esque with the spawning sounds. They're almost like Warden sounds, which is kind of crazy. I don't entirely know what other functions these creaking hearts have that are useful for like farms or anything, but they're kind of cool. They're neat. You can use them as like defense against other players or something. No idea. But that's the Pale Garden. It's pretty awesome. Even though this wasn't a full like end update or anything, I still really like the changes that were made here. This is super cool. I do feel like the biome is slightly lackluster just because it really does feel like the Dark Oak Forest, but now that I know it's a biome variation, that makes a lot more sense. Hello, how are you doing? It does make a lot more sense with biome variations in mind, but it is a little bit disappointing still. So I get the sadness on that. But now that Minecraft is working on more feature nuggets, as they said,
continue to drop more feature nuggets more frequently.
I think this makes a lot of sense. Plus, it's just cool ambience, and I'm always here for some really cool ambience. Other big changes in the snapshot, things that I haven't covered yet, but bundles are now a real thing, and they can be colored, and they're pretty cool, and they like work pretty well. Like they made some really substantial changes to these, and I kind of love them now. They're kind of fantastic. Like, look at that. My inventory is just cleared up. Big fan of bundles. They look awesome. There's also an accessibility option to make, high contrast block outlines. Whoa. That's a cool new feature. I kind of love that. That's really bright. I kind of love that. Like, I'm not going to play with this all the time, but I do love that this is a feature. I could see people really liking that. That's super cool. Of course, there's also the updates with minecarts and all those other things, experimental features and such, but But this was the main thing with this new update, and I'm a huge fan. If you want to get the snapshot yourself, you can check the link in the description for the patch notes, and it's in your Minecraft launcher, so go check it out with the most recent snapshot. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.